AI is a game changer and robotics is a game changer. So with these technologies coming in, farms are going to have to change. Your robots can be used for many, many reasons. They can be used for labour productivity gains, can be used for robotic weeding, can be used for soil sampling, and can be used for plant breeding. So there's a very, very diverse range of these technologies, all of which will have an impact on agriculture. It's a really complex problem. We think we've solved it, and we think it's going to be a future technology which will transform agriculture. Hold up. Farming's being continuously reinvented. If you think about the history of farming, it started with an ox, it moved to a horse, it moved to a steam plough, and it moved to a tractor. Now it's moving to a robot and it's moving to AI. So we're in a new agricultural revolution, and it's transforming agriculture at a rate that has never been seen before, and at adoption rates that have never been seen before. We can always do things better. And in many of the technologies that we use, we're finding new ways to innovate, new ways to drive these technologies into agriculture. And so farmers have really got to be more productive. They've got to think about new ways to drive labour productivity, or those businesses might not survive, they might go bust, or there'll be cost inflation. And that cost inflation is very, very hard for farmers to absorb. I think we've never seen more unprecedented time of agriculture under really serious challenge. So they've got production challenges, they've got climate change challenges, weather challenges, but now some of their support mechanisms is being pulled away, and we need those technologies developed. And then above all, we need them adopted. So we need to get them out on farms as quickly as possible so that people can start to use them and deploy them. Okay, so this is the bit where you need Space Odyssey playing, because you're going to see the Earth equivalent of the Mars rover move for the first time. Not for the first time, but for the first time on film. Yeah, on your cameras, yeah. Okay, so here's our high-res soils robot in the wall garden. What it will do then, it will map this area, take soil cores, retrieve the soil cores, and that will give you soil carbon, but spatially is mapped, so you've got very precise measurement. You can map it to within about 2 centimetres where the core is, and then you can see what's happening over the whole field. So imagine this over a big field, 40, 50, 100 acres. You're going to get a lot of very powerful information about what's going on in that field. That helps the farmer understand where to grow crops, how to grow crops, how to till the soil, and all those sorts of things. We've shown it at experimental level, we've proven it in the field, and our commercial partners are desperate to try and commercialise it as soon as possible. Ultimately, the commercial partners are investing in this. Their return is by commercialising it, so really we want to see these robots out in the field in Lincolnshire sometime through next year. That's where we're aiming. So this one's another robot. This is one of the original Saga robots. Saga Robot's one of our success stories. It's a small spin out which came from Norway, and we've helped them lots with their software stack, particularly their autonomy stack, and we've also helped them connect them into UK industry, particularly soft fruit growers. They've created a business out of that. They've got about £40 million worth of investment. They're now treating 30% of UK soft fruit with robotic UVC. So that's a robot which goes around fruit farms, applies UVC, eradicates powdery mildew. So it helps farmers get rid of this disease, but they haven't used any synthetic pesticides to do it. And they're now busy in California doing the wine industry, and so it's one of our big success stories. These robots are harvest assist robots, so what happens is when you're picking fruit, you're picking a lot of fruit, you've got all your fruit ready to go, and then a lot of time, 20% of your time, it's just spent walking it up and down rows. It's a heavy job and it's not very productive. And we developed the autonomy, which does all the really clever bits in terms of how we find the picker, how the robot navigates to the picker, and then the really complex bits, how we do it safely and accurately, and but above all, also how we coordinate a fleet. It's a really complex, hard problem. We think we've solved it, and we think it's going to be a future technology which will transform agriculture. We're delighted to talk to anybody. We are challenge-led, so we want to hear from people who've got very significant challenges, never been solved before, which are really quite complex. We very rarely do the idea of pushing technologies on farmers. All these things, if they're going to be work, they've got to be co-created to get those technologies on farm. English strawberry, and that's what we want. And that's what we want for British society. We want to be able to produce these strawberries in a productive way where everybody makes money. That's in the supply chain, the robot companies and the farmers, and they're fair prices for us as consumers to buy. And of course, they've got to taste absolutely fantastic.
which they do.